Hey guys, Josh from Just Autos here. Today we're going to be looking at airflow meter maintenance. The factory ECU uses the MAF for fueling. So when we start getting airbox that leaks, dust that gets past, it starts coating the film on the airflow meter and you start not seeing the airflow come into the engine. So the fueling will be adjusted to suit. So you end up with a car that's lazy, doesn't have as much go as it used to, especially down low. Fuel consumption can also suffer negatively. And yeah, something that's really easy to clean up and something you can do at home yourself. So here we've got a 2007 79 series. It's got about 250,000 Ks on it. It's come in for a remap, manifold clean and some injectors. Just looking at the engine bay, I can tell that this is going to have some sort of build up on it. The airflow meter monitors the rate of air going into the motor and it adjusts fueling to suit. They also have a map sensor which is similar, but they run a blend between both. So when you start getting a dust coating or oil coating from an oil filtered building up on the sensor it can't detect the amount of airflow going to the motor. So our fueling is changed dramatically. Usually they lean out, you have no bottom end, fuel economy starts getting a lot worse, and it's such a simple thing to fix at home. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. This is something we do on every vehicle we tune and every vehicle we service. So just unplugged it. Make sure your ignition's off, otherwise you'll throw up an engine light. So one of the biggest risks to doing these is actually dropping these screws. It happens to the best of us. So here we go. Yeah, as suspected, this one has a coating. Probably doesn't look as bad now, but when I start to sort of wipe my finger over it, you can see the buildup, and that's just on the front of the sensor. We've actually got a little hot wire inside that it uses to detect the airflow. The build up on that will be, a lot worse than on the front side of the sensor. Well, as we know, Toyota airboxes are not the greatest thing in the world. So this one's still running a factory airbox. So I'd say at some stage, either it's had a poorly fitted factory filter or the housing's distorted. And that's pretty much what makes them build up. Cleaning your airflow meter is as easy as going and picking up an airflow meter cleaning spray. Repco, Bursons, all those should carry it. That's your safest bet. Like, you can clean with other stuff, but it's very controversial. We use what works for us. I'll leave it at that. It's pretty much all we need to do is spray inside and try to get this build up off the airflow meter. So I'll just give that a little wipe down with the outside of the rag. So here's our little filament inside that we're trying to clean off. So sometimes this can take several goes on the really bad ones, especially if they've been running an oil filter. That's one of the reasons we don't like to run the oiled air filters. So the airflow meter is built up of two parts. It has a temperature sensor inside it and also the element that measures the airflow. We're pretty much cleaning off both of those. So throwing it back in after you've cleaned it, it's as simple as it sounds. One thing to make sure is that it's actually dried off before you do put it back in, being electric, and that it's a hot wire. As soon as you key on, if there's still spray inside the sensor, it's not going to be happy. So one other thing we do here is we clean out the airbox and the intake, and we'll monitor that next time this vehicle's in for a service. The customer chose not to upgrade the airbox at this stage, so we'll just make sure that it's not the actual housing and it's come from a poor fitted filter. A good fix is going to the Just Autos airbox. It retains the factory filter, but it has a better clamp around the outside, and you don't have that poor fitting of filters from a mechanic that just throws them in there at some stage and edge gets caught, starts sucking in dust. So yeah, it's a good, safe upgrade. Hey guys, I hope that tech tips helped you. We've got a few more on our YouTube page. Feel free to jump over and check out if there's some other stuff that might help you out.